Hey y'all, welcome back to Faith Budgets. I'm currently taking control of my finances by paying off debt and saving at the same time. On this channel, I'll be posting videos about how we use the zero-based budget, sinking funds, cash stuffing, and paying off debt. If that's content that you're interested in, then please keep watching and definitely hit the subscribe button and join us on this journey to financial freedom. Hey guys. On today's video, we're going to be doing our first budget with me for the month of February. First payday for us for February will be February 1st, Thursday. I get paid on Thursdays. My husband gets paid on Fridays, but we're bi-weekly, so we get paid every week. And this week happens to be a magic month. I know a lot of you probably have heard of a magic month. It is just a couple months out of the year that we actually get 5 paychecks for us. Some people it's 3 if they're paid bi-weekly, but we did get 5 for this month, and it seems odd. I didn't think February would be a magic month with it being a little bit shorter month, but it worked out that way. So we're getting to do 5 paychecks. I wish every month was magic month. I love the little bit of, seems like extra income, but we do have to pay our bills with it too, because a lot of that last paycheck in February will go towards bills for our March budget. So this is for paycheck number 1 of February, and this is I just looked on my account online through my work, and I can see what my paycheck is already ahead of time. So I got that number here so I can get that mapped out. And then I had mapped it out earlier at the beginning of at the end of January, kind of to get my month mapped out, because I do a month first and then I do the weekly, break it down into weekly. Let's see if I can find my monthly here. Yes, I do the calendar. This is Budget Mom's calendar, the highlighter method, to see which bills will be paid with each paycheck. I highlight that, and then I map it out monthly to see what will be paid with each paycheck. So I kind of do it like that first. That gives me a plan, and then I do it weekly and break it down. Okay, so let's just get started on the budget here. So I know that my pay is going to be $3,164 for this paycheck, and we'll just get in here and write down our bills. This is our fixed expenses, and I always do like an auto draft into my savings account, Ally. I just started this a little bit last year to get this kind of built up for a newer vehicle. And then I always do a cushion, or some people call it a buffer. Let me see, do you guys need to be zoomed in? Maybe a little. Is that better? If y'all see anything that I need to do different, or you got any suggestions, please let me know. And if I can be of any help, just ask me questions. If there's something that's confusing or you're just wondering about, just ask me questions in the comments. I don't care to respond and let you know kind of my method for my madness, I guess you'd say, because some of it sometimes seems confusing to me, but I don't know, it kind of, my mind works that way, I guess. Bible study. Oh, I didn't write cushion. I usually do a $25 cushion per paycheck. That's just kind of like our buffer if something comes up and we need to swap our debit card, or maybe one of the bills is a little bit more than it needed to be. And I'd like to eventually build this up a little bit more. Sometimes it'll build up in my checking, and then sometimes we might have to use it a little more. And so then my checking gets a little bit lower. I just don't want to get close to zero in my checking account. Just because we have a zero-based budget doesn't mean that our checking account gets to zero. It just means that every dollar has an assignment, and that it's a zero-based budget that way. So I don't know I hope that makes sense. Honda, this is our only debt that we have. Oh, I'm not putting that over here. That's right, I'll put this on the debt snowball. We won't put that on there yet. Okay, so this is really all the bills that's coming out of this check. This is going to be a low bill check. This is going to be for, I'll have mostly sinking funds filling a lot of my monthly sinking funds here at one time, and then they might not get anything else the rest of the month. It's kind of how our bills fell this month. That we're kind of bill heavy towards the end of the month. So I had to get my son some things for school and clothes, so I'll just put this here. I wanted to just go ahead and put this in here, and so I wouldn't forget and, you know, take out of my extra. It was $72, some things he needed to get. I'll just put clothes and, oh yeah, school for him. He don't ask for a lot of clothes, so when he does, I'm like, yeah, sure, get it. I used to have a clothes envelope when they were smaller and a back to school, but they're teenagers now, and I don't know, just I've got different envelopes now for things like that. And then we have, I'll skip a line and we'll do gas and Walmart. I put this in my bills and fixed expenses. I know it's probably considered a variable expense, but I know I have this every month, and I'm kind of, this makes it a little bit easier for me to keep up with this way. Gas is $200 a week, yes, and we are spending pretty close to $200 a week on gas. It's crazy. Okay, $260 there, and now let's see, what else was it? Okay, I think that was all on here. So let's add this up. Add all this up. $657. Something's not right, is it? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, I don't know, something. Oh, I forgot to do the Bible study. It's 20. I was off. Okay. We have we go every 2 weeks. It's a women's Bible study, and we have to pay $20. Well, I pay for the facility that we have it at. It's a venue that rents out a space for parties and things like that, and we rent that out twice a month for that. So. $677. Okay. Now we'll go over here to cash envelopes, or, you know, it can be called variable spending, cash envelopes, either one. But let's go ahead and subtract this first. My total income minus our bills. $24.87 is what we're rolling over. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Now we'll write down the cash envelopes. These are always the same every paycheck. We got food, church, me money, hubby money, self-care, fun, miscellaneous, kids, dogs, and meds. And that's all our spending categories, or variable spending. Okay, and then the totals, the amounts for these will usually be the same. I've upped food to $50. This won't be the same as Walmart. Walmart is our groceries and household items and bathroom utilities and things like that, like personal hygiene items. And food is just if I need to stop by the grocery store and grab something during the week, or this is for if we were to stop and eat out somewhere, or on the way to ball games or something like that, or just something quick. Church, $45, me money, $30, Hubby is $125. His is all in one. Mine's kind of separated. Self-care, $25. Fun, $20. Miscellaneous, $20. Kids, $30. Dogs, $15. And meds, $25. Okay, let's total this up. $385. $385. So let's take this rollover amount, $24.87 minus $385. That gives us $21.02. We'll roll this over to the second page here. I use this Budget by Paycheck extended version from Lyman Joy Simple Planner. So rollover was $21.02. $21.02, and our debt snowball, this is our Honda payment. Well, it's 3 something, but we'll roll it up to $400. And this month I could have paid extra on this, but I wanted to build up our sinking funds. I'm trying to get some of those started and get a little bit ahead on some of those, and then go back to focusing in on the Honda. I don't want to risk us having to dip into other sinking funds or dip into our savings or something like that for things that I could pull out of our envelopes for. So I don't want to focus too hard on the debt. That's a struggle that I have, is I want to go all in on one or the other. So I'm trying to kind of do both. That's the hard part for me. You want to go, like Dave Ramsey says, gazelle intent, but then you also want to save for those times, holidays, all those things, events coming up, things that you're going to need money for. You can't put every single dollar towards debt because you got to live. You got to enjoy life while you're here. So I don't know. I just finding the balance. That's the hard part. But okay, so that's $400 on that. So $21.02 minus $400, $17.02. Okay, look at that number. I love that. So this means $17.02. Oh, done it wrong again. I got to get used to this. $400 total for this, and then it was $17.02 down here for the rollover. So that means that I have $17.02 to put in sinking funds for this paycheck. I wish every check was like that. Why could it not be like that every single check? I would love it. And then I could have all kinds of envelopes. Okay, emergency fund. I'm trying to still always put a little bit in emergency fund because we have $2,000 saved in emergency. We think that $1,000 just wasn't enough to consider as an emergency fund. That could be wiped out easy. We learned this last year when my husband's truck, the transmission bit the dust, and he had to get a whole new transmission, and then had to pay the labor to put it in, and so it was like $3,500. So we had to go borrow money for that, and I don't want to do that again. So we've got our emergency fund up to a little over $2,000 now. So I just keep putting a little. My goal is like at least $10 a week in there, so that this week is a 5-week period, 5-week payday. So we get paid 5 times this month. So that would be $50, and this is our paycheck that does not have a lot of bills coming out, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this emergency fund with $50 this paycheck. So it won't get anything the rest of the month, but it's already in there, and I'm done with that. So I have a log that I calculated everything up on this monthly funding plan whenever I did my monthly budget, and I broke it down into weeks to see what was left over after my bills were paid. This is just our estimated income, and then we took out the bills as they fell on their pay date, and then on their due date. And then I took out, see, I had lots of extra on this paycheck, so I'm doing a lot of my sinking funds here. And then I won't have hardly any on this one unless there's some overtime. Then we can fill some more, or I'll put it towards debt. So we'll just see how that flows. But I've mapped it out this way to where it all works out to where I can get my sinking funds filled up. So Christmas, we're doing, Christmas, $250. See, and that's going to fund this one for the whole month as well. See, these are my amount for the month is here, and I'm getting a lot of them knocked out right here for this first week. And so the rest of the month, nothing will come out. I just can't talk today. What is wrong with me? Okay, lease land. Lease land. That my husband rents some land, leases land to hunt, him and his dad. And okay, UT tickets. It's about time to purchase these. Our season tickets for the football game. It'll be football season before we know it, y'all. Be watching some college football again. I know NFL's, about to do the Super Bowl and stuff, but graduation. Got some graduating this year in May, high school and college. And then we have savings. This is for my son. Both my sons, the older one, he's already got his out, but like my youngest one, he's under 18, so I still have I'm still over his savings for his father. His father passed away. It's both their dads, but he passed away, and so I get money for my son to put in savings for that. So some of it I automatically transfer over into his savings account, but then this he don't know about. So I didn't want to give him everything. I mean, he's good with it. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's pretty mature for his age, but I'm putting some back to give to him later. Maybe after he graduates, or after he's 18, and he already has access to the other, and he's putting it in savings. And his older brother, my oldest son, he's helped him open up a high yield savings, and he's got him investing in a Roth IRA, I believe. And so they're making some good choices with their money that they're getting from that. So just trying to help them start out on a better foot than I did. $265. I was probably the first one to go to college in my family. My mom and dad were very, very young when I was born. My mom was 17 when I was born, 16 when she got pregnant, and my dad was 15 when they got pregnant, and 16 when they had me. So they had some rough times. It was kind of hard growing up. A lot different than. A lot different. Can't spell now. Anniversary, 100. Yeah, our anniversary's coming up, so we probably won't do much, but I'd like to maybe go out to eat or something. Okay, wedding, 200. This is the first time I'm putting anything in here. My oldest son will probably be asking his girlfriend to marry him, so I want to go ahead and get a head start on this and let it be drawing a little bit of interest. I know they'll probably wait at least a year for some wedding planning, so. And I don't know who all pays for what, but I want to be able to contribute some. So I know if you're old-fashioned, the bride's family pays for the wedding, but I'm not sure how that works. So I don't want to make them pay for everything. I want to try to help out and, maybe pay for some pictures or flowers or part of the reception. Seem like those are the most expensive things. So wedding, memberships and tags, 40, land tax, 30, car maintenance, 50. I may not have enough lines here. I have to get some more. Senior year and prom. It's for my youngest. He'll be graduating this year and getting ready for prom now, actually. I think some of the girls are looking for dresses. Birthdays and holidays. I need to build that back up. And I may eventually separate that out and into the different holidays. Okay, where was I at? Birthdays and holidays, we'll get 130. Travel, we'll get 60. And hubby gets not 125, 35 over into his savings envelope. Okay. All right, let's add these up. Hopefully it equals 1702. Oh, yes, 1700. We'll leave that $2 in there. So that worked out perfect. $1,700 there. And I don't do any savings challenges. And then, so this is where you put your finals down here to make sure that you come to a zero-based budget. So we know we did because there's $1,700 here total, and that was our leftover. So, I mean, we can fill this out. So income was $31.64. And then our bills were $677. Cash envelopes was $385. Debt snowball was $400. Sinking funds were $1,700. And I guess I could put the $2 in the savings challenge. I could do that. $2 there. And do it in my $2 in my dollar jar over there. So we'll just make sure this is a zero-based budget. 316. Zero. That comes to zero. So that's perfect. So we have that filled out, and now we'll do the cash breakdown. This is from the Simple Budget. And this is my teller slip from Budget Mom. We'll move this over here. This is how I'll break down my sinking funds. The cash envelopes and the cash envelopes that I want back. So I'll do both. Everything that I'm taking out cash, I will do this to, I may speed through this, but let me write this down. This has got our cash envelope breakdown, or cash breakdown to take to the bank. So I'll fill this out and I'll take this to the bank, or I'll give it to my husband for him to take to the bank and give the teller this little slip and let them give us our cash back. And I'll come back for our cash stuffing and do, I don't do 50s. Do you guys do 50? I get mixed up with them. I've always done the 20s. I like that better. I don't know. I'm bad about counting, and I think I would mess up doing the 20s. But I'll double check myself and make sure that this equals $20.85. So let's double check. Okay, yes. I can't see that right like a man. I'll get it in a minute, you guys. Okay, this video's forever. Okay, so I have my cash breakdown ready and I got my teller slip ready. So we'll go to the bank, we'll get our cash out. I think this is the highest I've been able to take out in a long time. So I'm excited to cash stuff that much money. That'll be exciting. Okay, so today, that does it for our video today for our budget with me for the first week in February, for our first paycheck in February. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me this long. If you've stuck around this long, let me know where you're listening from, where you're watching from. I'm here in Tennessee, waiting for the spring to get here. So just let me know where you're from and when you started budgeting, if you like the cash stuffing method or kind of how you do things. I'm curious to see how everybody else does it. I love watching YouTube. And let me know if you have a YouTube channel. Put your YouTube name in the bottom or leave me a comment and I'll check yours out and give you a subscribe. And thank you guys for following along on this journey. And I'll see you guys at the cash stuffing. Thanks.